Hey everybody, this is Cobb. It's been a while. I'm going to update you guys with what's been going on at the end of the video. But for this video, I want to answer a question from Mr. JJ Tiddy, and I'm going to read it out word for word. And it's a question that I nearly missed. Very important question that I think it could help a lot of people out. And he actually asked it a couple of weeks ago on a video, and I missed it. So sorry, man. I'm playing catch up a little bit. So Tiddy's question was, lately in life, I felt more and more exhausted and overwhelmed on a daily basis. I find myself not caring about work or chores and not wanting to do a damn thing but sleep. Obviously my diet and exercise could be improved, but I wondered if there's any advice you could give that has helped you more personally than generic stuff like get more sleep or just do exercise daily. Thanks in advance. So I literally have written down on like a notepad document right now like 2 5-word bullet points that I'm going to try to base my answer to this question around. I don't really know where we're going to go with it. We're just going to explore this topic and see where it leads, and maybe it'll help some of you guys as well as Tiddy. So first of all, it is incumbent on me to preface this video by saying that if you are feeling like this, Tiddy, or anybody else watching this video, and you're feeling a real lack of motivation, you don't want to do anything but sleep, it's possible that you are beginning to suffer from depression, or just straight up suffering from depression. If this has been going on for some time, and it's not just a phase, it's not just a crap time in your life that's causing you to feel down, then please seek help from someone a lot more qualified than little old me, okay? All I'm going to be doing is sharing what advice I can, things that I did that helped me bounce back from, you know, crappy times, lonely times, and that's really the best that I can do. So please pay attention to this disclaimer right here. So I'm going to get to just the straightforward advice in just a little while. First of all, I want to talk about the only time in my life where I've ever really felt like this myself. It was way back in the days. It was, I think I was like 17 years old at the time, and I had started college. Which is basically the English equivalent of high school in most countries. Long story short, I got separated from a lot of my friends in my classes. I was extremely socially isolated, and it turns out that even for, you know, a really introverted person like myself who just enjoys my own company most of the time, even I need some human contact so that I don't kind of collapse at my weakest point. And I think more than anything, around that time, because I was entering into adulthood, I really felt this huge, overwhelming pressure on myself to kind of figure out what the fuck I was going to do with my life. It's like, man, I'm 17 years old. 1 year from now, I'm expected to either choose what I'm going to do at university, right? Or enter the workforce. I don't have a goddamn clue what I believe, okay? Like, we're talking like spiritually. I don't know what the hell I believe spiritually. I don't know what I want to do for a living. I don't know where I fall on the political spectrum. How do I even adult? What the hell am I doing with my life, right? So, no shit. Like 3 months of my life would have spent, like after college, the college day was done, I'd just be laid on my fucking bedroom floor, or laid on my bed, staring at the goddamn ceiling, trying to think and figure out what the fuck I was doing. You know what I mean? And during that time, man, I really just cut myself off from everybody. And it wasn't long before I just felt completely directionless. I didn't feel, you know, motivated to do anything. I was second guessing all of the stuff that I was studying at college. I just didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I was really down, dude. I was really down. Now, I know that like teenage hormones and all that kind of shit would probably have had some hand in this, but it was the closest thing I've ever experienced myself to depression and an existential crisis. And it went on for, it was really bad for like 3 months, but realistically it went on for like 9 to 10 months, you know? It was a really shitty stint, man. It was a really grey stint in life. So looking back, what did I do to break this cycle? What did I do to start to feel motivated to, you know, look after myself again, to start reaching out and actually engaging in social groups again? Even though I didn't realize it at the time, I'm pretty positive what actually did it was just setting really concrete goals for myself. Just getting up off my ass and just saying, look, as useless as I am, okay, as garbage as I am, as flawed as I am as a human, you know, I can't be asked to fucking shower at the end of the day. That's how useless I was being with myself, you know? At least I can try to pursue this one thing that I see as meaningful or as important. What it actually was for me was World of Warcraft montages, alright? Crazy, I know, the cure for depression is World of Warcraft. Don't take that fucking advice, but the point is, I really committed myself to something that I felt pretty damn passionate about. And of course I've made videos before that and stuff, but I'd never really committed to it kind of head on, you know? And actually it was also around this time that I started writing as well. I started trying to write, you know, short stories. Always stayed away from poetry, a little bit on the pretentious side for me. Maybe I'm just not cultured enough, I don't know. I tried to start writing full-length novels, and I actually did. Back in the day, they're complete trash, and no one is ever going to read them ever because I was just fucking awful, but it made me excited. It gave me something to do to spend, you know, 1 or 2 hours every single day towards. I just focus on my writing, and that was it. Actually, when I first started writing, it was more like fucking 7 hours a day. Literally, it's all I did. It's all I did, man, whenever I got home from college, you know? And literally, ever since then, I have made it all but a requirement in my life to have at least like 2 or 3 major goals, major projects that are just totally mine, that I'm working on, you know, even if it's just like 1 hour a week. You know, I'm always maintaining it, I'm always pushing it. Right now for me, it's, you know, the YouTube channel, obviously, work, the gym, and writing. That's actually 4 things, and that's why I often don't have time to do the YouTube as much as I'd like to. And I don't have as much time to write as I usually like to. But those 4 things, man, making all kinds of gains, which I mean... Ugh. How the hell, man, do people flex their pectorals, dude? It's fucking impossible. It's probably because there's nothing much there, okay? Shut up. At least I'm man enough to admit it. But yeah, you know, working on the gym, and then the 2 things that I'm really passionate about, which is actually, you know, making videos on this channel, which is great. And writing for me is especially useful. It's especially therapeutic. You know, being a really, really quiet person, being able to just kind of pour my soul out onto a blank page on my laptop is fucking great. And I think that realistically, just if I didn't have these goals, I don't know what the fuck I'd do with myself. I'd be a vegetable. Pretty much, right? I'd just be on YouTube, I'd just be scrolling through Facebook, I'd just be kind of dicking around, watching live streams, stuff like that. And for me, that shit just doesn't work, you know? That's another thing that I did actually when I was feeling really down, Tiddy or anybody else, is I spent a lot of time, I mean, we're talking like 1,000 hours, dude, filling out, you know, personality quizzes, personality tests, some of them garbage made by fucking 14-year-old edgelord kids, some of them actually produced by reputable psychologists, and then I'd complete like so many quizzes and tests that I can kind of like cross-reference them, you know, get rid of the anomalies and just try to like figure out who the hell I was, and that's been extremely useful to me in ways that are very, very difficult to measure, I think. I just understand myself really, really well. You know, I know that I'm the kind of person who always needs to be working on something. It's really, really important for me that I'm always grinding on either a passion project or at work or both. It's also extremely important to me that I have alone time. I have time to recharge. The introvert life, man. So that's something that you could do as well, but that's kind of more of a side topic. I've been sitting here for like a few minutes already, trying to think up how I'm exactly going to word this, because I think that this is actually the most pertinent point of the video, and this isn't just important for people who might be suffering from depression or might be feeling just demotivated like you might be, Tiddy. It's just for everybody at large, right? That's that everything matters, okay? Everything you do and everything you don't do matters, dude. It seriously fucking does. Now, let me just unpack that a little bit, right? Because you might be thinking, well, what the hell does it matter if, you know, what does it matter if I don't make my bed in the morning? If that's something that you've, you know, committed to doing, and you just wake up one morning and you just say, you know what, fuck it. I'm just not going to make the bed this morning. No one's going to go in my room. No one's going to know, okay? It's just this tiny, teeny little personal failure, and whatever, man. What fucking difference does it make, man? I can still sleep in the bed the same when I wake up, right? Well, that's actually wrong. Okay, that's actually wrong, and here's why. The way that you treat yourself and the amount of respect with which you treat yourself, which actually means doing things like the chores around the house, keeping your environment clean and orderly to the extent to which, you know, that's actually important to you, and just keeping your affairs in order, these things actually matter. These things actually matter, okay? And honestly, they matter a lot. You know, it's funny, right? I used to see, like, in movies or even just walking down the street, you'd see a guy on the other side of the street, and he's wearing a pair of fucking sunglasses, right? Cool, like, kind of shades. He's wearing, like, a suit. You know, he must feel real fucking expensive when he walks out the door in the morning, right? And he rolls on into work and in his fucking sweet-ass car and all of this shit that... It's just, none of it is really completely necessary, but there he is, walking down the street worth more than 6 months' pay for you, you know? And those are just like the clothes on his back and the shades that he's wearing, right? And I used to think about, like, what an asshole. Who does that, man? Who does that? But let me tell you who does that. Someone who needs to feel confident, man. I'm not saying that you don't get pretentious ass people who like to fucking throw that shit around and it makes them feel big and it increases their penis size and things like that. Of course, those people exist. What I'm saying is, right, if you dress well, right, and if you're taking care of business, right, and you're brushing your teeth twice a day, and you're going to the gym, and you're eating right, and all of these things, and you're treating yourself and your surroundings with that level of respect, okay, by virtue of your actions, you are actually reinforcing the idea to yourself, to your brain, that you are worth a damn, okay? Now, I'm not saying that you have to go out there and buy a fucking expensive suit, right? I'm not saying you have to start going to the gym 9 times a week, or start buying expensive watches, or any of that kind of shit, okay? What I'm saying is that you need to recognize that there is honor, and, like, literally there's actual honor. It sounds like a fucking really old school archaic word. Who the fuck talks about honor outside of World of Warcraft, right? But there is fucking honor in maintaining yourself. There seriously is, dude. And that's why I maintain that every tiny little thing that you do and every little thing that you don't do actually matters. It shapes you as a person. If you treat yourself like someone who's worthy of respect, then you'll begin to demand respect and command the respect of other people. And that kind of thing can snowball massively. I know that this doesn't have so much to do with the original question in terms of feeling demotivated or depression, if we're going to go that far, but it has a lot to do with confidence. And being a highly confident, you know, high-functioning person who looks after themselves, that goes a long, long way to staving off things like, you know, anxiety and all that kind of stuff, and that kind of stuff can lead to negative mood states and mental illness like depression. And another point that's kind of married to that is the point that everything that you don't do really matters as well. Because every time you don't live up to a challenge, even if it's just fucking making your bed in the morning, okay, or choosing to spend $1 extra to eat a healthier meal than you would normally eat, right? Every time you fail a challenge like that, you are diminishing your being, okay? Literally, you're making yourself a less optimized person than you could be. And that actually has an effect, no matter how small. These all have an effect on the people around you, okay, and the community at large. So it's actually incumbent on you that you try to be the best person, the most high-functioning person, and the kind of person who lives up to your potential as much as you possibly can. And I feel really, really strongly about that. So going back to, you know, everything that you don't do matters, it's really important to understand that when you don't do something because, or, you know, you're too tired or whatever. Let's take the gym for an example, right? That's actually a really, really solid example, because the gym is something that a lot of people start with the best intentions, and then within a month, they're no longer going to the gym. Or within a week or a day, they're no longer going to the gym, right? And it's even though you know that it's good for you. You know that you should be doing it, okay? There's literally no downsides that could possibly outweigh the positives of going to the gym. Unless you've got some kind of goddamn heart problem, okay? And you're going to end up doing more damage than good. But, so you know you should be going to the gym, right? You go to the gym like 5 times. Day 6 rolls around. You know what? It's been a tough day at work. Fuck the gym. I'm going to go home and play a WoW and order in a pizza. Sounds far-fetched, but it might be based on a true story. So you got to understand what you just did there, okay? It's not as easy as, oh, I just didn't go to the gym today. No. What you just did was define conditions for acceptable failure, okay? Let me repeat that. You just defined the conditions for acceptable failure. What does that mean? That means every single time you now have a difficult day at work and you feel exhausted, you're not going to go to the gym. That's what that actually means. Now, not a big deal, right? Once every 2 weeks is a rough day at work. Screw it, I'm just not going to go to the gym after a rough day. Now, on the way back from work, you're about to go to the gym. Your phone's dead. You can't listen to music while you're in the gym. You know what, man? Fuck that. I'm not going to the gym while I can't listen to music. I'm going home. So you head on home and you don't go to the gym. Now, you have 2 conditions for acceptable failure. Bad day at work, phone runs out of battery, or you lose your fucking Spotify premium membership or whatever, right? So you got 2 conditions for failure. The gym is suddenly starting to become like a 50-50 on a day-to-day basis, and this shit snowballs so goddamn quickly, dude. Oh, I got 1 hour less sleep than I really wanted to last night. My alarm didn't go off. Not gonna go to the gym. Fuck it. 2 weeks later, you're just not going to the gym because it's no longer a part of your schedule. You give yourself these fucking conditions for acceptable failure. And that shit happens not just with the gym, it happens with washing the dishes, it happens with eating healthy, it happens with showering, okay? It happens with brushing your teeth. It happens all the goddamn time, man. So bringing this back home to the original question being posed, don't let yourself define these conditions for acceptable failure. If it's something that you know is keeping you healthy, if it's something that you know that you should be doing, just don't let them interfere, man. One of the rules I follow, and I repeat it over and over and over again in my head when I'm in the gym doing cardio in particular, because fuck cardio, dude, okay? Nobody likes cardio. If you like cardio, you're not even human, alright, as far as I'm concerned. Don't stop when you feel like it, you stop when you're done, okay? Let me say that again. Don't stop when you feel like it. Stop when you're done. That has got me through plenty of 10-kilometer long sessions of cardio in the local gym, okay? Remember that one. Write it down. So far we've covered goal setting and the importance of maintaining positive habits, and also just taking responsibility for everything that you do because it actually fucking matters, okay? That you treat yourself well. Seriously, seriously matters. Especially if you're pursuing goals, by the way. You need to be as strong and as mentally acute as possible if you're actually serious about, you know, pursuing a lofty goal. And the last thing I want to talk about is kind of the obvious tips. These are the cut and dry tips. This is what I simply call the ethos of treating yourself like an animal. Alright? So unless you're a creationist, okay, the human species has been evolving for a long time, right? Most scientists estimate between like 100,000 and 300,000 years or some shit, right? That we've been somewhat recognizable as, you know, Homo sapiens, right? That's a lot of evolution. Let's just say 100k years of evolution, okay? Point is, your body knows what it wants, man. Your body knows what it wants. I don't know when the dawning of consciousness came about, but we were organisms without fucking self-awareness, just like a goddamn squirrel once upon a time, okay? So it was very, very, very important for our bodies to figure out on an instinctual level what we need to be functional, to be strong, to be at our best, okay? With the limited fucking psyches that we had in our heads, with the limited tools that we had around us. So you gotta listen to your body, okay? Your body is your fucking engine. That's actually what it is. It is your vessel, okay? You gotta look after it, man. I know, Tiddy, you mentioned that this is kind of like the obvious stuff, right? But it's imperative that I cover it anyway, okay? 8 hours sleep a night. 7.5 to 9 hours sleep, that's typically what people need. 8 hours is an average. Gun for 8 hours if you're not sure. And just fucking make it happen, okay? No matter what. Make it happen. Even if you have to go to bed early, okay? Be an adult and go to bed early. Go to sleep when it gets dark, right? This is like mind-blowing stuff, okay? Usually start reading when it gets dark. I don't know the way around that, but try to negotiate your way around that, okay? Try to go to sleep an hour or two after it gets dark. Obviously in winter, I'm not saying go to bed at like fucking 4 p.m. We're talking about within reason here, but if you're being awake till like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. every night, you've got a problem. Trust me, I know all about it. And it's a constant battle for me to keep my fucking sleeping pattern in check, as you guys, I'm sure, are well aware. Now, going to sleep when it's dark, wake up when the sun comes up, if possible, right? Again, in summertime, I'm not saying you have to get up at 6 a.m. If you're waking up at 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 5 p.m. every day, you've got a problem. It's bad times. Once again, trust me, I know. You gotta fix this shit, alright? It's really fucking important. Like, I was the kind of dude who was on a nighttime waking schedule for like 6 years, right? I know how it is to be a total incurable night owl. How the hell do you think I managed to get so high level on a PvP server in Iron Man back in the day? But if you're the kind of person like me who's been waking up super late and you see more, you know, nighttime than daylight, then you're going to feel such a huge difference and such a huge boost in mood, and you're going to feel more awake than you've ever felt in a long time if you suddenly start keeping a daytime schedule and you're really, really strict about it and you're taking it fucking seriously, because it is serious. God damn it. Eat well. Don't eat before you go to bed. Try to avoid that shit. I love doing that shit, man. It's something that I'm trying to give up. I'm not perfect. I don't have all of the answers, okay? But seriously, eat well. Try to cut the sugar out of your diet. Stop adding salt to your meals unless it's for light seasoning in a cooked dinner. This is all stuff that people already know, okay? Why are you drinking carbonated drinks? Like I don't want to go like on a rant and start like attacking people about this kind of stuff, but this is the kind of conversation I have with people all the time. And my brother's a big-ass culprit for this, right? And I don't know if my brother's going to see this video. He probably doesn't have the attention span to watch such a long video, so that's okay. What's up, man? My brother smokes, okay? He eats like crap, right? He drinks like 6 nights a week. He doesn't fucking look after himself, man. And it's gotten to the point where me and my brother go out someplace because like we finally had a rendezvous like we do like twice a year or something, you know, in our hometown, and we go out to eat somewhere or whatever and just catch up. And people assume that I'm the younger brother. You know what I mean? And it's not just the physical side of you that is suffering from, you know, bad habits like eating badly and stuff like that. When you start eating well, it's like going to the gym. Honestly, it's 70% mental, okay? It's the discipline that it takes to hold down, you know, eating well and trying your best to limit the amount of crap that you're eating and chocolate that you're eating or whatever, you know? And just making yourself go to the gym 5 or 6 times a week, whatever you've committed to, no matter what. You know, not giving yourself a choice about this kind of thing. It's so fucking helpful. Why? Why? Because everything you do matters, and it's about treating yourself with respect, as well as just keeping your body healthy. And that's what the mental part is all about, okay? It ties back into that earlier point that I mentioned, that you can make all of these goddamn excuses, but you know it's all this bullshit, right? You can be doing better. You can be living up to your potential a lot more than you are. And living in this way truly helps you achieve goals, achieve long-term goals, and doing that keeps the motors running, dude. It stops you falling into these slumps where you feel exhausted, where you feel withdrawn, where you just don't want to talk to anybody, you just want to sleep all day. Because you just don't have that sense of direction in your life. You don't have that sense of self-esteem in your life. And I don't really like that word so much. I feel like self-esteem is something that people are encouraged to have even though they're doing badly, which is dumb. Like, it's just stupid, dude. Telling people that they're doing fine when they're clearly having a really fucking hard time of it because they have no direction in their life and not treating themselves well. It's like, man, this is not a fucking good idea, okay? So, I guess this is like my theory of everything on staying motivated, on mental health, on all of those things, and it served me well. You know, I've been through some, I don't want to say I've been through some like really stressful times, because then it's like we're going to start like, comparing like penis sizes and stuff like that. But the past few years, I have come to know pressure, and I've come to know what it means to take responsibility for other people. And it's anxiety provoking. It is, man. And I've managed to stay on top of all of it very, very cleanly. I've managed to stay happy. I've managed to stay healthy. And these are, everything that we talked about in this video is the kind of mindset and the belief system that I fostered in myself, I guess, that has just kept me going. Kept me happy as Larry, man. And I hope that some things in this video helped some of you guys, you in particular, Mr. Tiddy. Some quick updates about myself. The reason there hasn't been a video in like, how long has it been? 8 or 9 days? I don't even want to look, honestly. Gah, see, I've got to own up and take responsibility for that shit right now. But just to explain a little bit, Sophie's family was visiting, and they were staying over here in the apartment, and yeah, we just had like 3 or 4 days break. I think it was like 4 days break. We were really just out and about, you know, downtown, eating out, you know, getting good drinks and plenty of cheap meals during this time, so that was good. So I really wasn't in a position to even work at my, you know, real job, let alone be, you know, playing WoW and making videos and that kind of stuff, so apologize for that. Then the past few days have just been a fuck ton of work, you know, catching up with my real job. So that's what's been going on with me. Now, you might have noticed it around like the 10-minute mark of this video or so, I might have went ahead and slotted in a quick pop-up talking about some new Patreons who are supporting the channel. Ever so grateful. I'm going to give them a proper shout out right now. Mr. Kane Porter and Kesney, 2 new patrons supporting the channel, supporting the content, helping me produce videos like this one, and hopefully better than this one. You know, vlogs aren't really my thing. I like to, you know, keep it about games for the most part. But hey, thanks so much, guys. And we also have what is a $50 pledge. A $50 patron, dude, from Mr. Helix. Helixux, actually. God, man, that's a tough name off the tongue. Helixux. Thank you so much, dude. Holy shit. That $50, it's like donating 50,000 views a month, by the way, is what that translates to in terms of, you know, ad revenue and things like that. So that amount of support to the channel is just fucking madness. Thank you so much, dude. Thanks to everybody supporting the channel on the Patreon page. I'm going to go ahead now and actually get a little bit of WoW played before the night is old, and see if we can start work on the next video. For now, thanks again, everybody. Please share some thoughts, tips, advice for this kind of topic as well that you might have bumped into in your travels down in the comments below, just in case it helps somebody out. You know what I'm saying? We all in this together, boys. For now, thanks for watching, and I'm going to catch all of you guys just a tad bit later.